Yeah, just get the whole thing. Is it on? Are we live, Reedy?
Yes,
We are live. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. It's a pre-match. We're down here at Peter's. We're having a bit of pizza to kick us off. Can't beat a better way to start your New Year's diet, can you, Sam?
No, it's good. It's always good down there. It's nice food, great atmosphere, and you get half-price deals and a lot of pizzas on match days.
It is. It's great. There's a lot of Leicester fans in both the rooms. So looking forward to tonight, Sam. I guess I'm here full of confidence. Not confidence, that's perhaps not the right word. I'm full of anticipation and eagerness that we're going to win tonight. Confident, I'm not.
I think we need to win, but I said in the car, I'll say it again, I think Fulham are going to be a harder team than Liverpool. They're more on form than Liverpool are. By Liverpool standards, they should be doing a lot better. And by Fulham standards, they're exceeding everything, because usually they're in the bottom three, if not dead last most of the time when they come to the Premier League. So I think they've definitely switched it on this season. Whatever they've done is working for them. And I think it should be a tougher game than Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to know what people's comments are and what they think the score's going to be. Last night when I did the live fan zone show previewing tonight's match, it was a mixed bag of reaction from everybody as to what they thought from tonight. There is, as ever, there's the two sides of the story. And again, some of that is which Leicester's going to turn up, because we had the first 8 games of the season where it was rubbish. We had the second 8 games of the season where it was very good. And then we've come back after the restart and we've had two defeats. So, whether they're good performances, bad performances, which Leicester's turning up tonight?
I mean, we all said before the World Cup, before the break, that we've got a very tough January and February coming up. So this is a real test of how we can keep form, because obviously it was start fresh again from the season, coming back into it against Newcastle. Every team from that point on was pretty much starting the season again after having a month off. So I hope we've not gone back to how we played in the first few games. Liverpool, I thought we played pretty well. I didn't think we created much, but I thought we held the game well. And obviously we only lost because of silly mistakes. So it was the only reason that cost us was 2 silly own goals, Wi-Fi's, which,
Unlucky. They were unlucky.
That's all it is, you could say. They are unlucky. Maybe could have done better for the second one, but at the end of the day, they're still unlucky. It wasn't easy to get rid of it still. But, I think, like I said, tonight's going to be a real tough game. I don't know which Leicester's going to turn up. You never do. I mean, Daka's out injured. So I assume Vardy's going to be up front today. I'd love to see Barnesby dropped, to be honest, because I think he's been a real
Nacho star.
Player. I'd much prefer 2 up front. I think we play a lot better with Nacho and Vardy up front, especially with Barnes being such off form at the moment. Tielemans dropped. I think that's another good shout. For me, he keeps getting picked as captain, but I don't see why. I think, again, it depends on the lineup. I'll tell you in half an hour what the lineup's like, and I'll see more from there.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting if you want to put in the comments below what you think the team's going to be. We all predicted in the office earlier what we thought, not who we wanted to start, but we predicted who we thought.
You comment.
Yeah, sure. Reedy's going to give you some comments.
So, first of all, someone just said Faye's hat-trick, 3-0 to Fulham. 3-1 to City. Take a draw to stop the rot. 2-1 Fulham. And they start with Nacho and Vardy, go 4-4-2.
I definitely, you see, I mean, we went through the team news earlier, or what we thought the team would be, and who we would pick isn't who we think Rodgers will pick. He's going to stick with Amati and Wi-Fi's, isn't he?
Well, I think that's the right move.
You'd stick with Amati?
I don't see who else comes in to replace him.
Well,
I know you've got Soyuncu, but again,
he's not going to.
He's not going to. That's the thing. You got to think. We've all said. When I said to you earlier, am I doing? What I think he should be playing, or what I know Rodgers is going to play, because he's going to play the same team he played against Liverpool, I think, minus Daka. I think there's not going to be any change in it, really. Maybe Tielemans comes in, but apart from that, it's going to be pretty bog standard. We've got a lot of injuries at the moment.
So is that Barnes and Perez in?
Yeah, I think it'll be Barnes, Perez and Vardy up front, 3 up front.
Well,
Perez
1 up front.
Well, yeah, 1 up front, but Barnes as a wing and Perez as a Madison kind of role, right winger, Cam kind of player. Tielemans might drop back in, Drewsbury, Sumer. I don't understand Sumer. I think Ndidi should slot back in, and if not, Mendy. But yeah, again, it's a tough one. We've got a lot of players, and I think we've got a lot of similar players at the moment. I don't think there's anyone that really changes the team too much. I think every player is kind of similar at the moment. Whoever's on the bench and whoever's starting, they're about the same kind of depth at the moment. I don't think we've got anything to offer.
I mean, this again, if anybody's put in the comments who they would start, Reedy will read it out for you. This is some of our issue at the moment, and this is some of my problem with Rodgers. It's he over the last 2 years he has brought a team together that is. He's got a first 11 and then he's got a second 11, and they're like for like players, if you ask me. So there's not a lot of we could change it this way. It's like you could play Sumari or Ndidi or Mendy. They're quite similar players.
Yeah, for me,
you could play Dewsbury Hall or Perret. There's nothing where you go, oh, he offers us something different.
Yeah, out of those three, like I said, the defensive midfielder is the best one for me would be to play Mendy, because I think he's our best defensive midfielder who's proven himself. He won the AFCON with Senegal last year.
Well, he just does what you want. He's a central defensive midfielder.
Yeah, he's just solid all round. I don't know why he's not in the team. I also don't know why he's going to be out of contract at the end of this season. So I don't know why we've not offered him a new one. It's the start of January now, so I like to start seeing some new players come in. I think we're going to see some players like Maddison and Tielemans go, because I think we're going to try and pick up some pennies. You know, the likes of the ones that are out of contract this year, like had Zunchi might be going for 20-odd million to Atletico Madrid. I mean, if he's good enough for Atletico Madrid, I don't know why he's not in the first team.
Well,
but he's falling out of Rodgers. What can you say?
What can you say, Reedy? Any comments to read out?
Yeah,
and give them a name shout as well.
There's Frack saying 1-0 Fulham, with Nacho and Vardy up front again. Barry said, Ward or Iverson, your views?
So yeah, I'm going to say neither. I think we need a new keeper completely. I've not seen anything from Iverson to say he deserves first team spot. Didn't see anything from Ward to say he deserved first team spot when the season started. For me, Ward's had some decent games, but he looks like a headless chicken at times. So against Newcastle, he was running around the pitch, not commanding his box. Yeah,
you can see against Liverpool as well.
I think he's an okay keeper, but for me, he's been a professional for 10 years and he's sat on the bench for 10 years. I would have signed a proper keeper who's been in the Premier League proven.
I mean, I think that's a great question. Was that Barry asked that? Yeah, Barry asked that. And for me, I think that is still a big question. I think we didn't solve it last summer. I was chatting with a Newcastle fan earlier who said that Newcastle have called Dubravka back. And they're saying they don't know why they've called him back. He thinks it could be because they want to sell him. And Leicester was rumoured to be interested in him then. And he's saying on the Newcastle forums that, again, Leicester is being linked with spying him as a keeper. I'd like to not tie that in with the fact that Maddison is also being linked heavily, because they put the bids in, with going the other way. But for me, to answer his question, I wouldn't have either in there. I agree with Sam. I don't think either's good enough.
You've also got Mendy plays every game for Senegal, but can't get a game for Leicester. Someone's just put madness.
Rodgers must have an agenda against him.
With Mendy?
Yeah, otherwise why is he not playing? Because he's clearly a standout player. Whenever he's played for his past 2 seasons, I don't think he's really put a foot wrong. He was the player we were meant to sign before Kante, bearing in mind. So I think over Ndidi, who's way too injury prone, and Sumer, who looks like a defensive midfielder, Slimani, who runs around, does nothing. I don't know why he's not in the team as the first team choice.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, bring them in. Cheers, mate. Pizzas are here, so we're going to wrap this up. Thanks. That's great. Yeah, just chuck them down. We'll sort it. Thanks. Yeah, we were saying Ndidi would surely be your number one choice if he was fully fit, but he just can't seem to get.
He was linked to Manchester United, the City's, Liverpool's back a few seasons back, but he's been out for way too long. He's too consistently injured to be, for me, not anywhere near the first team. But he needs to ease back into a bit. I'd prefer him over Sumari personally.
I mean, tonight I'd go for Mendy.
I would go for Mendy, but again,
he won't.
Rodgers won't. No, I know he won't. That's not what he'd do. So it's a tale of two things. Everyone has their own agendas in team, and I think we all know Rodgers is going to pick someone completely different, to be honest. So,
any last questions, Reedy, before we tuck into these pizzas?
Someone said Dubravka, yes, please. Someone's put play all Brighton to give Vardy some decent service. Best winger we've got at the club.
Just on all Brighton.
I've seen that in the thing. Rodgers clearly wants to play with a right midfielder or a right winger, and the only player in the club at the moment who is an out-and-out right midfielder / right winger is Mark Albrighton. Also our vice captain of the club, who also hasn't played a game this season, I don't think.
Barely.
I don't think I've maybe seen him once or twice, if that. I don't understand Rodgers' tactics. This is why I have said it before, I'm still Rodgers out, because I think he's way too one-dimensional how much money he's on at the club. I think any good manager that's on his wages knows how to play more than one style of football.
Any last questions, Reedy? Reedy's eating his pizza, I have to tell you.
Dewsbury Hall to Boston midfield tonight. Definitely Casper was a 12-pointer, never been sorted in net. Needs addressing first at all. And then someone says, come on, you Foxes, let's win this.
Let's win it, Sam. We've said at the end, we'll go live at the end of the final whistle when we get home, but we just need a win.
Yeah, massive game tonight. Like I said, I think Fulham are going to be tougher than Liverpool. They're very on-form team. I said 2-2 in the car. I'm going to stick by it. I think we'll be very lucky to get a draw today, to be honest.
Put your comments in. Let us know your score predictions. I think generally we're sat here and we're sort of like, you just sort of know where Rodgers is going with the team and the formation. There's not going to be a revolution or anything that exciting. So let's just hope that works tonight. Anyway, we'll see you after the game.